In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to fix high ping, packet loss, and ping spike issues in Fortnite. In this tutorial, I'll be showcasing the most effective tweaks to reduce your ping and improve your network connection for Fortnite. But before we get started, I want to share a tool with you which I used along with these tweaks to fix all my network issues, and the tool is GearUp Booster. Here's the thing, a lot of packet loss and high ping in Fortnite isn't just because of your internet, it's the route that your connection takes to the Fortnite servers. Sometimes your traffic goes through a bunch of random networks first, and that's where the lag, rubber banding, and delayed shots come from. GearUp helps you fix that part. It reroutes your Fortnite traffic through optimized gaming paths instead of letting your ISP send it on a long detour. When I turned it on, my ping dropped significantly, but the real difference was how stable my connection had become. There were no weird spikes mid-fight, way less packet loss, and hit reg actually started feeling consistent again. It's one of the highest rated tools made for this exact problem. It's used by a bunch of Fortnite pros as well. If high ping and packet loss is what's ruining your games, GearUp can help resolve those issues. You can check them out in the description of this video, and I'll also leave a link to try GearUp for absolutely free in the pinned comment. And now let's get to our optimizations. We're going to first create a restore point just as a backup of our default settings so that if these tweaks don't work out for you, you can always revert back to your default state. To do that, simply click on Start, search for Restore Point, click on Create a Restore Point. Now in this window, simply click on Create, set a name for your restore point, and then press Create. This is only going to take a few seconds, but it's going to ensure maximum safety when applying these optimizations. Once it's done, you can click on Close, and you can also close this window. The first and most important thing that we need to do is update our network adapters. Whether you use Ethernet or Wi-Fi, having the latest drivers is important to avoid any bugs and errors and to ensure that your network adapter is running at its maximum capacity. To do this, we need to first find out the model of our network adapter. To do that, open Device Manager. In here, just simply click the Network Adapters dropdown. And here you're going to see all the network adapters that are available on your system. Now, the Wi-Fi cards are usually labeled as wireless LAN cards. In many cases, one of the network adapters is not going to specify whether it's Ethernet or Wi-Fi. In my case, since this is my Wi-Fi adapter, this is obviously going to be my Ethernet adapter. And what you see right here is the manufacturer and the model of your network adapter. Now, once you find out the model of your network adapter, there's actually two ways to update the drivers of your network adapter. You can either do it from your motherboard's official support page, or you can download the latest drivers from the Microsoft catalog. Now, if you want the most compatible drivers, I would recommend that you go with the first route, but if you don't have a newer motherboard, it is unlikely that you'll find latest drivers for the network adapter. In that case, you'll have to go with the second route. For the first method, what you need to do is open up system information, and here you need to note down the baseboard manufacturer and the baseboard product. This is going to be the manufacturer and the model of your motherboard. Once you note that down in your browser, what you need to do is type in the manufacturer and the model of your motherboard, and then simply follow it up with drivers. Usually the first few links are going to be the manufacturer's official support page, and that is where you're going to most likely come across the drivers for your network adapters. As you can see, here's the LAN driver for my Ethernet adapter, but you can also see that this driver is really old. So now for the second method, what you need to do is type in the manufacturer and the model of your network adapter. Then follow it up with drivers, and then you need to follow that up with Microsoft catalog. Once again, the first few links are going to be the ones that we're looking for. This link is going to take you to Microsoft's official update catalog. Once you're on this page, just cross-check the model of your network adapter. On this page, you need to look for the latest driver and then simply click on download. Once you press download, it's going to open a small pop-up window. And here you need to click on the blue highlighted text. Once you click on that, it's going to download a file with the .cab extension. Now locate the file that we just downloaded, right click, and extract the files using WinRAR. You're going to need WinRAR for this, which you can download for free. The Windows extractor is not going to be able to extract this file. Once you extract the folder, go back into Device Manager, right click on the network adapter that you just downloaded the driver for, and then press Update Driver. On this screen, click on Browse My Computer and then click on Browse. Now you need to simply locate the folder that you just extracted, press OK, and then click on Next. and that is going to install the latest drivers. Once the installation is complete, you can click on close, and you can also close device manager. So that was how you can install the latest drivers for your network adapters. Now we're going to be applying the best settings for our Ethernet and Wi-Fi adapters to get the maximum performance. So open up control panel, press network and internet, network and sharing center, and then click on change adapter settings. First, I'm going to be showcasing the best settings to use for Wi-Fi adapters, and then I'm going to be showing the best settings for Ethernet. To change your Wi-Fi settings, simply double click on the Wi-Fi adapter, click on properties, press configure, and then open the advanced tab. In this window, these are the settings that you need to modify. For the 802.11 mode, if you have a router that only supports Wi-Fi 5, you need to set this to 802.11 AC. If you have a newer router which supports Wi-Fi 6, you need to select 802.11 AX. But many PCs and routers these days support Wi-Fi 7, which uses the 802.11 BE mode. So if you have that mode available, that is the one that you should be using. Next, we're going to disable ARP offload. We're going to disable rekeying. Power saving has to be disabled. Preferred band should be set to 5 GHz, as this is going to give us the most powerful and stable connection. Roaming aggressiveness should be set to lowest. Transmit level should be highest. UAPSG support has to be enabled, and disable any wake on settings. Once you apply this, click on OK, and that was the most optimal Wi-Fi setting. For Ethernet, double click on the Ethernet adapter, press configure, and once again click on advanced. Now these are the settings that we're gonna disable: advanced EEE, ARP offload, auto disable gigabit, energy efficient Ethernet, flow control, gigabit light, green Ethernet, interrupt moderation, IPv4 checksum offload, jumbo frames, both of the LSOs, NS offload, power saving mode. Receive buffer should be set to its highest value. RSS is going to be enabled. Speed and duplex should be set to auto negotiation. But if your router, cable, and network adapter can support 1 Gbps, that is the one that you should be using. Disable both the TCP offloads. Transmit buffers has to be set to its maximum value as well. Disable both of the UDP checksum offloads. Disable all of the wake on settings. And shutdown link speed should be set to not speed down. Once you apply all of these settings, click on OK, and those were the most optimal settings to use for your network adapters. Next up, we're going to be using a few commands within the Epic Games Launcher to stabilize our connection in Fortnite. First, open Epic Games Launcher. Now click on your profile and open up settings. Scroll all the way down till you see Fortnite, and now click the arrow that's on the side. Here you need to check additional command line arguments, and this is going to open up a box. And now here we're going to be adding the commands that we want to execute. So the first one that you should add is limit client ticks. Make sure that you add a hyphen at the start of the command. And if you're using Ethernet, a command that you can try is LAN play. Once you type in the commands, just press enter on your keyboard. That is going to set the commands that are going to execute while you play Fortnite. Now you can back out of settings and close Epic Games Launcher. For the next tweak, you need to open up command prompt as an administrator, and then inside of command prompt, you need to execute these commands one at a time. These commands are going to be listed in the description of the video. Do keep in mind that when executing these commands, you might sometimes lose your internet connection, but it's going to start working again once you restart your PC. Once you execute all of the commands, you need to restart your PC. Now what we're going to do is allow the ports that Fortnite uses through our network connection. To unblock our ports, press start, search for Windows Firewall, and then click on Windows Defender Firewall with Advanced Security. In this window, you need to click on Outbound Rules, and now on the right, you need to click on New Rule. In this window, select Port, click on Next. First, we're going to be unblocking all of the TCP ports. So select TCP, and then you need to copy these ports that I will provide in the description of this video. These ports are also available on the official Epic Games website. Once you paste in all of the values, click on Next, and then select the first option, which is Allow the connection. Now press Next, and make sure that all of these boxes are selected. Press Next once again, and here you can just set a name for this new rule. I'm just going to set this to Fortnite TCP, and then press Finish. Now to add our UDP ports, once again click on new rule, and the process is going to be the same, except this time we're going to be selecting UDP. Now copy all of the UDP port values and paste it in this box. Click on next, allow the connection, next, check all of these boxes, and then click on next. And now I'm going to name this Fortnite UDP. And finally, just click on finish. And with that, we have successfully unblocked all of the ports that Fortnite uses. This should prevent any unnecessary blockages from the Windows firewall. Last but not least, we're going to be doing a few optimizations within the Windows registry. So open up the registry editor. And now this is the directory that we need to open. Once you are in this folder, double click on the network throttling index key, select the base as hexadecimal, and now in the value box, type in the letter F 8 times. Make sure that you only type the letter F 8 times. Once you do this, press OK. Next, click on System Responsiveness and set the value to 0. Now press OK, and then you can close the registry editor. And with that, this is going to be the end of this video. If it helped you out, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like me to fix your network connection and help you fix issues like packet loss, high ping, and ping spikes, you can check out the link to my service in the description of this video. I've got a bunch of positive reviews and happy clients, and I can effectively help you solve any issues with your connection. That is all for today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.